Hello, it's Rob here. Welcome to my video on the cockpit of my Lancia Delta Integrale. I've got Mark on the camera helping me out. Cheers, Mark.
Hi there, guys.
And one of my comments on one of my other videos about the Lancia was could I do a video just about the cockpit? So I said I'd see what I could do. So this is what I've come up with. Unfortunately, I've got no photos or video of me actually doing it, so I'm just going to talk you through what I've done and show you some of the products that I've used. Basically, this is the kit that you can order. It's between 14 and about £16 UK online on eBay. And with that you get this little sheet showing you where to cut out the mould, how to build the helmets and the heads, and a couple of pieces of half a steering wheel and a gear stick that you've got to glue in place, and then it also tells you where to put the decals. Now, as you can probably see from these decals that come with the cockpit kit, I haven't used them because, surprisingly, with the decals off the car itself, you get all of these specific for the Martini colouring. So
yeah, they come on the actual main sticker pack, don't they, Rob?
They do, yeah.
With the Integrale.
It quite surprised me.
Yeah, and there's quite a lot of them, aren't they? Get all the...
yeah.
Well, we'll talk about that in a bit. But yeah.
We will, yeah. So, when you get the kit, it comes white plastic. I don't think it's polycarbonate. I think it's the same plastic that the helmets are made of, but just a lot thinner.
It is really thin, isn't it, Rob?
It is, yeah.
I suppose it's light, isn't it?
It is, yeah. So, what I did was, after the cleaning, I sprayed it with this plastic primer. The thing with this primer is it's actually clear, so once you sprayed it on and it goes off, you can hardly tell that there's any on at all, but it does seem to quite help the paint stick to the plastic. So if you can get hold of it, I quite recommend this, but I've not seen any more of it on the internet since I ordered this one, so once this is run out I don't know what I'm going to do. So once that had dried, I then used this Absima polycarbonate paint. It's black, so obviously if you use it on your clear polycarbonate shell it looks really gloss, but as you can see from the shell it gives it a kind of a satin finish, not quite matte. So I thought, yep, that'll do. I quite like that.
It's quite in keeping with the normal vinyl interior, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It looks good.
Yeah. And then I sprayed the whole cockpit black. So to get the driver and co-pilot's uniforms, shall we say, overalls, white, I've ended up painting it about 4, maybe 5 coats of matte white.
Blimey.
But you can't really tell, I don't think, that it was black. But anyway, so, and that was that. Now, to begin with, I didn't think I'd got any pale blue or dark blue that would sort of match. So I was going to do all around the helmets black. But then, upon investigation, I did find a couple. And I don't know if you can see there that the pale blue and the darker blue.
Yeah, I think that's coming out all right, Rob.
Cool. So I thought, yeah, we'll do that, but I've got to admit, by the time I found these two colours, I'd already started sticking the decals on. So I thought, well, I won't try and attempt to do any striping or anything. I've got no idea how their uniforms were back in the day when they were racing these. So this is just kind of my interpretation of what it could have looked like. The one thing I will say, though, is this blue, this pale blue here, which is Humbrol acrylic, turned out to be quite gloss. So after it had dried, I used some of this satin varnish on it. I think a couple of coats I did on it. And it just dulled it down a bit.
It's good stuff, that, isn't it, mate? You've let me that before.
It is really good stuff. You hardly need any.
It goes a long way, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
I think I've had this about 5 years, and I don't think I've got through half a pot of it yet.
I think I borrowed it a couple of times as well.
You have, sir. Yeah. Excuse me. So that was that. As you can see, the co-driver's got writing on it, and to get that effect, basically I just used this pen. It's a script rollerball, and it's a very fine tip, and just put a few squiggles on.
Yeah,
as it was matte paint, it went on really well.
Gives the impression of writing, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
So yeah, perfect.
So, like we said earlier, as you can see, there's quite a lot of Martini decals on this, because they all came in the kit, including these harness covers, shall we say, for want of a better word. It also comes with the car kit. This is all these instrument decals. I was quite amazed, if I'm perfectly honest.
Yeah, they bother including them in the sticker pack.
Yeah, and as you can see, these ones with the cockpit are actually pre-cut, which is quite nice. But as you can kind of almost see, I think they're a bit garish myself with the red and the blue anyway. And although the instrument panel would have fitted better because it's been designed for it, I decided to put the one off the car kit itself on.
They're actually Lancia and Martini branded as well, aren't they?
They are, yes. Some of them are, yeah.
Yeah, just zoom in on that. Yeah, just adds to it, doesn't it?
Yeah. The only concession was I decided that this decal here looked quite in fitting with the rest of it, so I stuck that one on. And as you can see, that was decal number 1 from the cockpit. So I think that's about it. Oh no, sorry. Just to say, my gloss white paint, which is this here, was really old, I think, and it was just far too gloopy, and it made a mess of me crash helmets. So I ended up scraping all of that off and spraying some matte white on from my airbrush kit, and to get a bit of a sheen on it, I ended up using this Humbrol clear gloss varnish. Really good product again as well, and you don't use much at all. I really don't understand really why they sell it in such a big pot.
This is big, isn't it?
It is. Admittedly, this is my second pot, but the first pot I knocked over when the lid was off.
One thing I've noticed, Rob, is your helmets haven't got any cast lines on, mate.
Oh yes. No.
And the screw holes. Have you done them as well?
I filled the screw holes in, but as you can possibly see, I didn't try too hard to match the profile or the compound curves with it.
What did you fill it with, Rob?
I filled that with Modeler's filler. The words went from me then. Yeah, it just tidies it up.
It's better than a glaring hole, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I thought so. And like I say, but because it's going to be bashed about and stuff, I wasn't too careful with it.
Well, not too much, I hope, Rob.
No.
But I just thought I'd say, because I've noticed that the helmet mouldings that I've done in the past, they do not go together very well at all, do they? There's a great big ridge.
That's a good point.
It looks awful. And
also on these particular ones, I've not had it before with any of them, but with these ones, in a couple of places it wasn't quite sitting correctly. So I've ended up using this Revell Contactor Professional Poly Cement. And I just put a small bead round the whole edge on both helmets and then screwed them all together tightly, and that seemed to fill the gaps.
Right.
And although I haven't again, done it really perfectly. I did go round and sand all the mould lines off a bit, and depending on which way you look at it, you can't see them.
And how does it attach to the car then, Rob?
Now, it's
Sorry, to the car, to the body shell.
It attaches to the body shell by Velcro.
Oh, I can see now.
It basically comes in one strip, and you roughly cut it in half. You stick the one end on the body shell, on the cockpit, and then you can position it, and then stick the other side onto the body shell itself.
That comes with the cockpit kit, does it, Rob?
That comes with the cockpit kit.
Oh, nice one. So something else you haven't got to bother buying.
And also show you, because I've forgot to get them, it also comes with really dense foam spacers.
Right.
They've got double-sided tape on them, so you just stick them onto the shell, and that's if your body's a bit too wide for the kit.
Yeah.
But because it's basically designed, I don't know if you can see, but even the example of the body is the Lancia Delta kit. I haven't needed them. So if we take the body off, you can see under there the other sides of the Velcro strips.
Yeah.
Now the only thing is, with this kit off the TT02, I don't know if the XV01 rear body posts are in a different position.
No, they come up through just before the wing like that.
Right.
The same.
I couldn't fit the cockpit where I really wanted it, because if I did that, then these great big holes you've got for fitting the body post, the rear body post through, were too far back.
Right.
So the body post wouldn't go through. So it's ended up, if I can just quickly put it in, it ended up, to get it right, I can't because it's velcroed in, but you see the instrument panel cluster, can you see that?
Yeah.
That was maybe another 2 mil further forward.
Right.
Before I could get the body posts on.
Right.
So I'm not sure why that is. So what I might end up doing is cutting those holes in the back a bit more so I can move it back a bit. But once you've got the Velcro in, you can actually position it slightly.
Cool. And it certainly looks a lot better than seeing the battery and all your electronics through the window, isn't it? Like you cannot
does,
buy.
yeah.
No, you've done it now, Rob. I'm going to have to get one answer.
Yeah. I just, the more I looked at it, the more I thought, no.
No, that really finishes it off, Rob. That's smashing, that is.
Yeah. And like I say, you can't see all the wavy lines from me shaky hands.
No, it looks great.
So, that's basically what I did. Yeah, no, I don't think I can think of anything else. Did we go through paintbrushes?
No.
Well, we didn't go through paintbrushes. I've got a selection of paintbrushes that I use. These are the smallest paintbrushes I've been able to find on the internet, and I don't know if you can see there, the one says 10/0. That's the smallest paintbrush I've been able to find on the internet myself, and it's really small and fine, but you can also possibly see that it's really short bristled.
Yeah, I got that.
And what I use for this is the eyeballs, the black eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So I just put a tiny bit of black paint on the end, and then just as vertical as possible, just dab it on. In contrast to that, this is also a 10/0, but you can see it's got a lot longer bristles, and these ones with the longer bristles I've found are really good as long as you've got a steady hand in doing like the dark trim around the helmet.
Yeah, the straight lines.
Yeah.
I think you'll find sign writers use really long bristles.
They do,
brushes, don't
yeah.
they? So, yeah.
And no, it's not coming to me. Those car people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put the pinstriping on.
Pinstripers,
Yeah,
yes.
pinstripes.
They use really long
Yeah, they're about
brushes.
6 inches long.
They are, yeah.
The bristles.
So I think for this instance, I use this one, which is just a 0 long bristle, and I'm not sure it'll show up, or maybe on the blue. But you know, you can put quite a bit of pressure on before it starts to splay out too much.
Yeah.
And I know it's splaying out quite a bit there, but what you have to bear in mind is there's no paint on that,
The paint pulls it together, doesn't it?
Does hold it together better, and it's really good at putting thin lines down, as long as you're not shaking like I normally do.
Need a drink, Rob.
I do, yes. So that's about it. Yeah. No, I can't think of anything else that I did. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. See you on the next video.
See ya.
Bye.